The weekend is almost here and there is so much to do across the Gulf Coast. We will have a breakdown ahead with our friends from iHeartMedia.
And also, Wendy's has recently launched its Frosty Swirl and Frosty Fusion flavors. We're getting a taste of the sweet treats a little later on in the show. Welcome into Studio 10. I'm Jennifer Lambers.
And I'm Chelsea Sayason. Happy Thursday. It's June 26th. We've got a lot to talk about this morning.
That is exactly right.
So listen to this. Dune director Denis Villeneuve is taking on James Bond.
So Wednesday, Amazon MGM Studios announced that the filmmaker is set to direct the next movie in the Bond franchise.
And he says he's a diehard fan of 007 and grew up watching these films with his father. The next installment of the franchise follows 2021's No Time to Die starring Daniel Craig.
Villeneuve's first big task will be finding a new Bond. Craig hung up his hat on the Bond franchise after wrapping that film. The next Bond.
I know. Did you ever watch Dune?
No.
I haven't.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
They came out with a second one too, and I'm like, I gotta see the first one.
I know. People talk about how good it is. This sounds amazing because, as we've heard, we haven't seen it yet, but as we've heard, Dune was a beautiful film, the two parts. Not sure if it's continuing because I haven't seen the second one either, but it makes sense to have someone who's already so successful come on to this franchise. And when they're a fan on top of that, it's just magic. And that's movie magic. That's where you find it.
Yes, I'm excited about it. The Bond franchise, big. We've had a lot of big names over the decades for it. So who's next?
I know, that's the big question. Well, Steven Spielberg's daughter is following in her father's footsteps as a film director.
Please Don't Feed the Children is a Desiree Allen Spielberg's feature-length debut. It stars Downton Abbey's Michelle Dockery in a chilling role.
Okay, so it's a psychological thriller where most adults were wiped out from a viral outbreak, with children surviving and then being blamed for that outbreak.
A group of orphans go on the search for a new life, but soon learn a dangerous secret from Dockery's character.
Tubi has acquired the film's rights and it's set to release on June 27th, which is tomorrow. This is one of the movies that's just a little too real for me.
Yeah,
like it could be real. And that's where I have to mentally draw the line for myself. But it sounds like a great plot.
I like it. I like the thriller, the mystery kind of things, as long as it's not super gory.
Leave the children alone.
Yeah, I know. That's where it gets hard for us now.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we can get ready for nostalgia because Steve Burns, the original host of the children's show Blue's Clues, is back to share some positive energy.
He is launching a new podcast called Alive this fall. According to a news release, the show will be a cozy weekly series that discusses how to stay human while navigating a complicated world.
In recent years, Burns has built a big following on social media. He served as the original host of Blue's Clues from 1996 to 2003 before he left to attend college.
Yeah.
I know. Aren't you so excited for this?
Yeah, I think this is great. He came back, was it TikTok that he came back on? It wasn't Vine because that was too short, but he came back and was just like, hey, I'm sorry that I left so abruptly. Let's talk about that. And I don't know, it just seems like a fantastic guy, and I think that this podcast will do well.
I like how they describe it as cozy, spreading kindness. Like sometimes you just need an hour of that a week and something to look forward to. And I think he's definitely the guy for that. Obviously, we don't know him personally. I was talking with Matt, though, because in the Good Day Gulf Coast at 8 a.m., we were talking about his short time on Blue's Clues, and then he just left.
Yeah.
I respect that so much. As a human, being a celebrity, we don't really grasp that, but that's got to be a lot on you. And for you to just continue to live your life, good for him.
Yeah. So and then also he just has a soothing voice too.
Right.
Like if you haven't seen that video, you should go check it out. But he's just very calm in how he talks.
It's very opposite of what kids shows are these days.
Yeah, it is.
I think the parents could enjoy that one too, so I'm excited about that.
Well, talking about basketball news, in Iowa, there's a unique tribute to a former University of Iowa women's basketball.
This wooden sculpture of Caitlin Clark stands in the front yard of Gary Miller's home in Cedar Rapids. Miller says that he came up with this idea to use a tree that was damaged back in 2020 because of a windstorm.
He got some help from a chainsaw artist to bring the Clark replica to life. It took 3 days to complete.
Wow, only 3?
Yeah.
This is amazing. The pose represents the shot Clark took to become the all-time NCAA Division I scoring leader.
Clark, of course, now stars in the WNBA for the Indiana Fever. How cool.
I know. I wonder if he just plans to leave it in the front yard or, well, I guess so. Is it a stump too?
It looks like, yeah, it looks like it's a stump.
Yeah, you got to be a diehard fan.
You do.
I'd like to know what her response is.
I'm sure she loves it. Probably go get a picture with it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But some inspiration. We have a lot of sad little trees here after some storms. So if you can turn it into something beautiful and cool, it's always nice.
Absolutely. All right, well, we want to go ahead and get a check of the weather. Jen, what's our Thursday looking like?
So our Thursday, it's actually starting off great. It was fantastic stepping out the door and just not being hit with the humidity. My glasses, they didn't fog up. My car, I didn't have to get all of the moisture off of it, off of the windshield or anything, because we are experiencing some of that lower humidity out there. So it's nice, some sunshine, but also a mix of clouds to begin for this morning. Taking a live view outside from our Navigator Credit Union camera at the Battleship. We have another little bug friend there for us for this morning that's popped up, but still some sunshine, minimal cloud cover. So it's really just nice out there. Temperature is 80 degrees, but it's those dew points that you see in the upper 60s that are really going to make the big difference out there. So the feels like temperatures, we're not already feeling like 90 degrees. Instead, we're feeling more like 83. Those temperatures all across our area, less of the 70s now. We're starting to warm up, but still a few mid to upper 70s, lower 80s out there. But here's a look at those dew points. I like the upper 60s out there. Still some of those lower to mid 70s that are holding on, but it's an improvement. So taking a look at our dew point comfort scale, if you're in those upper 60s, you're in the a bit humid. So yes, it's still humid out there, but we're not quite seeing that miserable category that we've been seeing for the past few weeks out there. It's better, it's short-lived, it's not the biggest difference in the world, but it is a minor improvement, something that we can talk about and know that it does feel better out there. Those heat indices just in the mid to upper 70s, lower to mid 80s. It's going to be more of the feels like temperature. Some areas still straying away, feeling quite a bit warmer out there. But as we do get further along into the rest of today, do keep in mind rain coverage higher than what we saw yesterday, especially starting to see some of those showers and storms firing off, especially closer towards the 5 and 6 p.m. hour. But I'll talk more about those details and more of that timing coming up in just a little bit.
All righty, Jen, good to know, and she's going to keep us updated. If you need weekend plans, our friend Ariel with iHeartMedia joins us right after the break with a look at what's happening around the Gulf Coast this weekend.
Also, if your child loves to read, stick around. We've got all the details on a summer reading program heading your way. We'll be back after this. Well, prescription for summer reading is Reach Out and Read's way of keeping families connected to books and each other all summer long. Here today with more on this program and upcoming clinics in our area are Todd Stork and Alyssa Davis. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
Well, starting off first, Todd, for anyone unfamiliar with this, what exactly is just that prescription for reading this summer?
Absolutely. So Reach Out and Read is a program that we've had for over 16 years nationally. And our facility has been with it for a number of years as well at Mossdale Medical Center in Irvington. One of the programs that we have with this is that we provide reading books to children during their wellness exams so that the parents can learn how to read from the pediatrician, from the provider, in a way that's beneficial to the children.
And I understand that you chose a very special book for it this year. You're holding it in your hand.
Absolutely.
What is this book about?
This book is about play. It's written by Dr. John Hutton, and it's about playing, and it's about unplugging. So it's about unplugging the devices, unplugging the tablets, the cell phones, the games, and actually, getting on the floor, playing with your children, playing with blocks, playing with Legos, playing with things that in a way that's meaningful to your children.
And Alyssa, this is something that you and your crew have been passionate about too, with talking about the kids. What's the importance of really unplugging?
So we emphasize unplugging and playing as a means to limit screen time for children. A lot of children are on iPads and tablets. We try to emphasize that reading and playing are just wonderful ways to engage and learn, especially during the summer when we're out of school.
That's exactly right. You want to continue more of that. And who exactly are you trying to reach with this campaign?
Everyone. We encourage everyone to read to your children. If you're grandparents, read to your grandchildren. But we encourage the ones who are part of our patients. Of course, we want them to come in for our reading events, but we want anyone and everyone just to make sure you take time and read to your children.
And so Reach Out and Read allows us to provide books from ages 0 to 5 during well child visits. We will provide the children and parents with a book and talk about the benefits of reading during their well child visit. Every time we do that, we try to instill the benefits of early literacy in children.
So some great things to keep in mind, especially if you're looking for something to do this summer. Just keep in mind how easy it is just to have that reading book available. And how can Mobile families get involved in any of these local events?
So there are a number of events around Mobile. Family Health, a wing of the Mobile County Health Department, has several events. You can contact them or look on the Reach Out and Read website for more information. And then we have an event at our facility on July 22nd.
And what really sticks out with you with this event that separates it from the others?
It's intentional reading. It's something where the parents and the children can both come in and they can see a provider, a pediatrician, reading to children, modeling to children how to read, and it's a way we can do it in a fun, exciting way for children.
Yeah.
And Alyssa, did you have more to add to just the benefits of this?
Yeah, benefits of early literacy are invaluable. We know that the first few years and months of children's lives of birth are critical for brain development. There's almost 1 million neural connections happening per second during this time. So the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends starting reading at birth to help foster these connections. Early literacy is linked to higher IQs, overall better academic performance, but more importantly, we can teach children to be creative and curious with stories, foster empathy, learning about different cultures. All of this is just added benefits.
So many benefits there, and especially keeps the kids busy this summer too, but doing it in a healthy way. And if our folks, they want to learn more about this, how can they go about doing so?
They can go to Reach Out and Read Alabama website, or they can go to our Facebook page at Mostella Medical Center.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you both so much for being here today. Hopefully some parents took away from some of this, but also we'll have more information and this interview on our website later on this afternoon, fox10tv.com, under the Studio 10 tab. But again, thank you both so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Chelsea, as you have a whole stack there, Chels. Well, coming up, more food is on the way with What's Cooking. We're getting the recipe for a sesame noodle salad. This is going to be from our sister station in KC. We'll have more details on that coming up when we come back.
Welcome back on this Thursday. So 50 girls from around the country stepped on stage at the Sanger last night.
It was for the 68th annual Distinguished Young Women Program, a competition where one girl from each state competes for the national title of the Distinguished Young Women of America.
Yeah, and it all takes place right here in Mobile. Our Claudia Nichols was there at the Sanger for community night, and she has the story.
It's always fun tonight because it's the first time their real families have seen them in a week and a half. And so the energy that comes from this show kind of kicks us into our showcases that happen.
Tonight, the community got their first look at the 50 distinguished young women from around the country as they stepped on stage at the Sanger Theater. One by one, the girls introduced themselves, giving the audience a chance to get to know them.
My name is Tanisha Patel and I'm from the Golden State of California.
Executive Director of the Distinguished Young Women Program, Carol Hegwood, says Community Night sets the stage for the prelims.
The enthusiasm, the excitement of the crowd when they see their girls for the first time on stage, and for our girls who've been rehearsing for 2 weeks, doing events, but really getting ready for this, for them to have their moment to shine.
The girls participated in games on stage and interacted with the crowd.
We got to interact with some of the young children from Mobile. It was wonderful. We had a big dance party and we taught them some of our dance moves of the dances we'll be performing tomorrow at preliminaries.
I got to dance and it was amazing and totally worth it.
We didn't have anything to do tonight and my mom showed this to me and I thought it would be fun to just come and watch them.
It gets me excited to see all of their individual talents and see just how each of them shines up on the stage.
And the distinguished young women are eager for the next stage of the competition.
It was so much fun. We got to perform for the public because it was free to the public to come. I had so much fun.
So fun, and prelims will be held today and Friday night, and then the finals on Saturday night. The Distinguished Young Women of America will be crowned, so it's not too late to get your tickets. You can go to our website, fox10tv.com, for more information. One of the reasons we love this program is that because it brings 50 girls right here to the Port City. And Ashlyn, you are here because of that program.
Yes, I really am, and you know, we're actually hosting a couple of the girls competing this week, and so it's been so special to have them in our home. We were at that community night last night, and they're excited, they're tired, but they really want you to come out. And the prelims actually start tonight at 7 o'clock at the Sanger Theater, so be sure to get your tickets. We have a link on our website, fox10tv.com. Well, here's what we're following for Fox 10 midday today at 11. First, in national news, the Pentagon is defending the U.S. attacks on Iran. We have the latest details there. Plus, a brand new postpartum support group is emerging for mothers in the Port City. More mothers are battling postpartum depression and anxiety than ever before. So we're sitting down with the group's founder to talk about that in a live interview. And we're looking at another day of blazing temps out there. Jennifer Lambers will have your Thursday forecast and what the last weekend of June holds. So be sure to join both of us on Fox 10 midday. It starts in less than 30 minutes.
Well, in today's What's Cooking, we're checking in with our sister station in Kansas City, where they're making a sesame noodle salad. Check it out.
We are hanging out with the one and only Chef Jill. We're so happy to have you here.
Oh, thank you for having me back, guys. It's been a couple of weeks. Sorry about that.
No. Well,
No, you're back and better than ever.
Yes. We were just talking about how good it smells right now. It feels so fresh and so spring-like with what you're making.
And that's the point.
Yes, beautiful.
So walk us through, what are we making today?
So ironically, I am making a Vietnamese noodle salad to follow our Vietnamamese coffee lady.
Yes.
I know, I thought that was kind of cool. So what makes this a Vietnamese noodle salad? Two things, all right? Number one, we are going to be using rice vermicelli noodles.
Okay.
So these are gluten-free. You can get these at a lot of different grocery stores nowadays. I prefer to get them at the Asian market because this costs $1.99.
Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah, that's
Okay, there you go.
So, Asian market for Asian ingredients is always a great way to go. Now, we're also using all the fresh veggies. I just picked up some slaw mix at Hy-Vee. Thank you, Hy-Vee.
Shout out.
Some sugar snap peas. If you like snow peas, you can use those. I love carrots, so I always add extra carrots. And they've already done the work for me again at Hy-Vee. Thank you.
Shred them up.
And then,
some of those.
okay, so
shredded carrot.
this is one of the reasons why this is Vietnamese. Okay, the other reason is because we are making a Vietnamese dressing using a nuoc cham base.
Okay. Yeah.
So nuoc cham is basically Vietnamese answer to any kind of vinaigrette. Okay.
Yeah.
And so it's got a couple of components that you really want to make sure that you use. One being lime juice. Okay. So lime juice, a little bit of sugar, and then I've gone and used tamari, which is a gluten-free version of soy sauce. Okay. And then I've added a little bit of sesame oil, because sesame oil is amazing.
Yes.
And one thing about sesame oil, guys, you don't want to cook with sesame oil. It has a really low smoke point, which means that at 325 degrees, it's going to burn off all its flavor. So what you want to do is finish with it. All right. So, you know, sprinkle it over the top of your fried rice or whatever.
That's a great note, because I have definitely been cooking with sesame oil, and
and at the end, you're like, it's just not a sesame, right? And then do you add more to it?
Yep, sure
okay,
do.
So that's why.
It's all coming together now.
Okay, so now what we've got here is all of those ingredients, including a little bit of canola oil. And if you guys want to give this a little smell.
Oh, I could drink it.
Right?
Oh, that does smell really
So there's
good.
garlic and ginger that I grated, you know, into that as well.
Yeah.
And so what we want to do now is I've got all of my veggies together here.
Beautiful.
Kerrigan, there's some gloves right there. I want you to pop those on.
Let's do this.
Oh, man.
Shane, I'm going to keep you out of it today because you're not
Because
feeling
under the
great.
weather? No, it totally makes sense.
And since I just got over it, I
keep my
don't
distance.
want it back. All right, so I've got these rice noodles, and what I've done is I took some boiling water. This is a really good pro tip, you guys, okay? Get ready.
Yes.
Instead of boiling the noodles, which can fall apart pretty quickly. Yes, I want you to get in here and start mixing this all together with your hands, Kerrigan.
Yes.
Then what we're going to do is we're going to boil the water, and we are going to pour the boiling water over the rice noodles. And then we are going to, once they are soft, we add them to a water bath. Yes, get in there. Get in there. Get in there.
Yeah, you gotta mix
I'm
it
going
off.
to join you because I can already tell that you're
Taking
just
a little bit to...
so delicate. Yeah. All right, we've got like 30 seconds left. So hit. There you go.
Yeah, it's
now
losing
do your best to keep it in the bowl.
Oh, you're just going to put it right back in there. Yeah, that's right.
it's okay.
We're going to finish this with some cilantro and mint. And before I go, I want to show you guys a really fun and easy way to cut some corn, because I want to add some corn to this.
Okay.
You're just going to go straight down the side and then turn it and straight down the side and then turn it.
So easy.
And it's just a lot easier than trying to go down and get all of that.
Yeah.
Oh
my gosh.
All right. So, where can you find my website, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great question, Chef Jill. Where can you find that website?
You can find it at jillskitchenkc.com, where you will find this recipe and all of my recipes. And don't forget to check me out on social media as well.
Jill's Kitchen KC.
Yeah!
Well, Jill, thank you so much for being here. She's just going to go ahead and give that a shot right there. Gloves and all. Kerrigan, how do you feel?
Really good.
Really good. That's what she said.
Really good.
Hey, that's one way to do it.
It is.
she got the job done. It looks delicious.
It really did. Something great for these hot summer days.
Right, to cool you down. So something to remember, coming up, we're finding out how Tractor Supply Company is honoring our nation's veterans, not only on Independence Day, but every day right after the break.
And also, I'm going to be talking more about your forecast, what we're tracking out there. And again, those heat indices, a little bit of an improvement over the next few days, but I'll be breaking down more of your forecast details coming up when we come back.
Welcome back. A new series starring Grey's Anatomy's Eric Dane and Supernatural's Jensen Ackles premiered yesterday on Prime Video. Did I say that right?
I think Ackles.
Yeah. Sorry, Jensen.
Yeah, sure. Rick Damigella has a preview of Countdown.
You are the best, or I would not have selected you. Our mission could prevent another 9/11. Foreign players planning a Chernobyl-level event here in Los Angeles.
The stakes are high in the streaming series Countdown.
We're working to stop a weapon of mass destruction.
It's a summer popcorn thriller, action, suspense, romance, comedy, drama. I pretty much packed every episode with all of the surprises that you'd expect from a summer thriller series.
The series features veteran actor Eric Dane.
He is an earnest, kind of stoic, unapologetic, resilient man in a position of leadership that he takes seriously, not only as a huge responsibility, but as his duty.
Being Under is not about memorizing some stupid backstory, okay? It's about improv.
And Jensen Ackles.
Mark Meacham, LAPD detective, probably got there on a slightly unorthodox path. He is a guy who has a fight within him that is unusual, I think, in people in his position.
They don't play by a rule book. Why should we?
I'll play this however you want to play it.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
I haven't seen old Jensen in a hot minute.
I know, yeah.
It's been a long time. That looks like something really cool to watch. So if you do want to watch it,
something to check out.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, that's it for Studio 10 today. Jen's sticking around for the forecast at 11.
Yes, I am. And what you can't see is our kitchen right now of all of those Frosties have been devoured by the Studio 10 staff. We'll see y'all tomorrow. There you go. All gone. Bye-bye, Frosties.
Just a nice, shiny countertop.